Dave, we took a short break from this sort of thing over the last month, but stuff's picking back up in January for sure. At least in Texas it is.
Yep.
You know, with the holidays and all, we kind of get into some time compression and schedule stuff just comes over the horizon really quick. And I really wish I could have got this first show, a representative from the Alamo chapter to come pitch the show, but I put out a feeler and I guess it was just too late. So first off, I want to apologize to those guys for not getting one of their representatives on the show, but you and I are just going to do it because it's worth pitching. I don't think we've ever pitched this show in January, if I recall.
I don't think we have.
It's just worth doing because it looks like it's a really fabulous event, Dave.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, shows in January are fewer and far between. And so when there's something going on, I want to promote it.
All right. Well, let's see what we can do for Model Fiesta.
All right.
Well, Model Fiesta is, again, hosted by the Alamo chapter of the IPMS, and it is January 3rd, so barely in January.
Wow.
January 3rd, 2026, that'll be the first Saturday in January, which is just barely 12 days away, man.
I know.
It's going to be held, Dave, at the New Braunfels Civic Convention Center in New Braunfels, Texas. And again, that's on January 3rd.
So when does the show open?
Well, they've got vendors set up beginning at 6 a.m. on that Saturday through 9 a.m. So if you're going to vend there, you better be ready to rock and roll, man. Doors open for the contestants, Dave, at 9 a.m. and the show should run to about 5 p.m.
Did they say when registration cuts off?
Model registration live is 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. that morning. And it gets to a good point. You can do a lot of stuff online, man. Their website, by the way, I don't want to forget to mention it, is absolutely fantastic. I don't know who did this for the club. They've done a bang-up job. And all of this is on here, including registration. You can pay online. You can get both the model registration summary form, which lists all your entries, and I'll elaborate on that just a little bit, but also there's a downloadable form for your individual entries. Both these are in PDF and Word format. You can get them right off the website. And through a drop-down and a cart system, you can pay your adult entry fee, your junior, and there's also a preteen for modelers not quite teenagers yet, and there's a general admission. You can pay all that in advance on the website.
That's nice. It's nice you're seeing more and more shows go to this, where they are adding more and more to their websites to both make it easier for the modeler who's going to attend to get all the logistics paperwork out of the way, and it makes it easier for the club because they don't have two guys sitting at a table and a line of 20 people standing there holding their models.
That's right. Well, I encourage folks to take advantage of all this, and we'll link the website in the show notes. And this is just really, really cool. I was really impressed when I went to their website to do this for them.
Now, are they a 1, 2, 3 system or a gold, silver, bronze open system?
They are a gold, silver, bronze open system.
Okay.
And all the rules for the contest or the exhibition, I guess you'd call this one, are online. All the categories, you can find that. Even the scoring sheets that will be used for each category are right there for you to peruse and see how it's going to shake out. So all their scoring sheets are there for all the entry categories for the awarded categories. Now they've also got display only.
Oh, great!
They got tables for that. And an interesting twist for that they're doing, they say new this year, is that the display models are eligible for the special awards.
Oh, well, that kind of makes sense.
Well, and the way they're doing this, based on the web information, is the judging freedom to do this is because it's going to be done by the award sponsors for the special awards. So in addition to the best in class for the normal things, there's the best of show, best young modeler, best aerospace, best military vehicle, all those, for the standard entry type categories, the paid entrants, the non-displays, the actual contestants. But the special awards, there's a theme award, and theme's the Cold War this year. It's the 50th anniversary of the Cold War from 1946 to 1991. So there's a theme award for the Cold War. And their graphic for this is just phenomenal. It's just really great. So we'll put that in the teaser graphic.
Okay.
People's Choice Award. There's a Tamiya Award. Our friends over at Modelers Without Borders are doing their Wow Factor Award. So it'll be a representative from that gang over there to do that one. There's a U.S. Veterans Award, Outstanding Ford Vehicle, Iron Resurrection Award, which is for classic car restorations and things like that. There's one for trucks. There's a Korean War subject, Jolly Green Award for, looks like helicopters, rotary wing aircraft, U.S. Air Force Award, the Minuteman Award, airlifters. It goes, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Red Star Memorial Award for best Russian Soviet subject. And there's just Out of This World Award for best space or sci-fi or real space. So it's really, really cool that the display onlys will be available for these, and they'll be determined by the actual award sponsor.
Well, and that takes some of the heavy lifting off the judging teams. Do they list their vendors on their website?
I did not get into it enough to find the entire vendor list, but they have capacity for, looks like, about 140 tables.
Wow.
And if this vendor table map is updated, showing the vacancies, they shows the ones that are confirmed and paid, and they've got some yellow ones that are pending payment, but there's only 8 tables left available at the time of this, December 18th. So maybe they're gone now. I don't know.
That's amazing to have a local show with 140 vendor tables. That's pretty impressive. So, Mike, does the website indicate that there's food on site or food vendors nearby?
There's nothing on site, but
okay.
There's a lot that's really close.
Gotcha.
So that ought to be covered. So they ought to be doing good there. Again, encourage folks to check out the website and get to this show if you can. It just looks like a phenomenal event, Dave, for the first Saturday in January.
Yeah. So,
and there's also a gallery of past shows and some history about Model Fiesta, and they give a little bit on the website. It's the longest running annual modeling event in Region 6, and it just continues to grow. And they look like they average about 500 contestant entries every year. So looks to be a good one.
So why don't you give me the date and time one more time?
It's going to be the 3rd of January, 2026 at the New Braunfels Civic Convention Center in New Braunfels, Texas. Again, that's January 3rd. And the website is modelfiesta.com. Pretty easy. And we'll get that in the show notes so folks can check it out. Well, if you can't make Model Fiesta, Dave, you can wait a few weeks and then head up to College Station to Winter Blitz 2026.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, Texas is obviously the place to be in January.
Well, we got a good buddy, Brandon, ready to tell us all about Winter Blitz this year, so let's get into that one. Dave, there is a lot going on in Texas in January.
I know.
And toward the end of the month, we've got a show that we've been featuring, I think, since its inception. Mm-hmm. That would be Winter Blitz, and as usual, annually, we've got Special Agent 003 back once again, Mr. Brandon Jacob, to pitch this show. And we're glad to support you again. Brandon, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you doing? We are enjoying the winter solstice here in Texas today.
We're a little colder than we'd like to be.
We're a little bit warmer than we would like to be.
Well, we were pretty seasonable today.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Not bad. Well, we hear you're back for more with Winter Blitz, man.
Can you believe it's going to be the 5th annual this year?
That's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. It's going to be our 7th year of start. That'll be the beginning of our 7th year doing this podcast. So
which I also can't believe.
I believe it because it's happening to us too. But your thing's been growing. But we'll get to the details in a little bit. Give us the ups and downs and ins and outs about when and where and all that.
All right, let me go with the high level. 5th annual Winter Blitz. It's going to be held at the Museum of the American GI, same museum in College Station, Texas, and that's going to be Saturday, January 24th, 2026.
Oh man!
So just about a month from now.
Just about a month. We here in Texas, we've we get to enjoy two great shows. We're going to be in Alamo Squadron on the 3rd, and then the 24th we'll be at Winter Blitz. So it's pretty exciting.
There are not many places in the country that have 2 shows in January, man.
I think we are the place.
Yeah.
We are the place.
Well, if folks are new to this, give them a little bit of background about the place and why it's so cool to have a model show there.
The Museum of the American GI is a special place. It's a growing museum that is not gigantic, but packs a gigantic punch. They have meticulously restored all types of fighting vehicles, Shermans, M5s, a Hellcat, half tracks, FT-17, and they all run. That's what's so cool about it. The museum hosts events twice a year where they actually take these tanks out. We haven't been able to convince them to take them out on Winter Blitz, but these are meticulously restored vehicles and other artifacts in the museum. A perfect backdrop for Winter Blitz, being that Winter Blitz is a 98% all armor scale model contest.
Well, that does sound like a good place to have it then.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, how cool is it that, there's a an M113 and next to it is a table full of, scale M113s or Shermans or whatever. It's really it sets a pretty good vibe and a pretty good buzz for the day.
Well, when do the doors open and when does registration close?
Okay, so we open at 9:00, and Dave, we are going to do a soft opener this year, meaning if you come at 4:00 on Friday, we would be happy to get your models on the table and get you
nice.
all absolutely. And we also do pre-registration online on the website. But Saturday morning, the 24th, registration starts at 9, and we like to start closing it down at 11. We're not going to turn anybody away if someone's running late, but we do get judging no later than noon. And of course, that's when it's officially shut down.
Gotcha.
And remind us again the judging format at this show. What are you guys doing there? I can't remember.
We are doing 1, 2, 3, and we are proud to be doing 1, 2, 3. That format, first, second, third, that format of judging fits perfectly with the judges that we have here in Texas and with the shortness of the event, right?
Right.
Part of the goal, when Rick Cotton and I set out to launch Winter Blitz, was a winter kind of Texas grudge match in College Station at the museum, which means not a lot of people live in College Station who attend this show, right? And we like to wrap it up no later than about 4 so people could get heading home wherever, Austin or Dallas or San Antonio or Houston. And the first, second, and third just has worked well for us. We put the medals on the table as we judge, and at our award ceremony, which we have a lively, fun award ceremony where the emphasis is on this year it'll be 16 best of categories. And that's pretty much all the names we call is the 16 best categories.
Certainly makes things go faster.
Yes, that almost every modeler I know prefers that type of award ceremony.
We could go off here, but I just don't get it. I don't, we would never do it. We did it one year actually, and it's just horrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible. And what it does by not doing that is we've had people say they really like when modelers leave their models on the table and they could see who won, right? Because the gold, silver, and bronze medallion, first, second, and third medallion is next to the model. And then it also enables us to extend the award ceremony by giving credit to not only the builders who received the best of awards, but also to the sponsors, right? Like it's more than just simply, hey, gee, thanks, Lionheart, let's move on. to the next one. We really want to make sure people hear that Lionheart Hobby has sponsored this award.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Have you already got sponsors for all of your awards?
We are looking pretty good. Yeah, we are pretty excited to say that things have lined up pretty good. Everybody's listed on the website, looking for one or two more table categories. But as far as the best of categories, absolutely, we are secured.
Great.
Well, what is that website?
The website is winter-blitz.com.
All right, we'll get that in the show notes.
Please do. What I'm doing this year, a little something different, is I figured out how to do like a little blog entry. And every time there's like oh yeah, I need to remind someone, I do a blog entry on the website. So if someone goes there, there's a lot of information. The website is building. We have the winners from past years, the statistics from past years. It's really what we're trying to do is make it more than just hey, this is where the show is. Of course, that information is there as well, but definitely try to make the website a little bit more interactive, if you will.
Did you say you can actually pre-register on the website?
Yes, the forms are available on the website, and somebody could just fill in the form and email me. My email's on the website, and we pay through PayPal, and they're good to go.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of people. I mean, it really makes sense, right? It's a great way to go.
Well, we've covered all the blocking and tackling, all the basics and the foundation here. There's a lot of things about this show that are consistent every year. And one of them is you have a theme typically. And what's it going to be this year, Brandon?
This year, we in the past, it's been like Battle of the Bulge or Vietnam, right? Like a time frame. This year, we did something different. We went with support vehicles, military support vehicles, which we're really excited about and have had a lot of people say, wow, that's pretty cool because, somebody who's going to win it is not it's probably not going to have tracks.
Yeah.
It
could.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah. So basically any vehicle that's not a point of the spear kind of thing, not a combat vehicle.
You got it. And we've already addressed the question of if a deuce and a half has a 50 cal on it. Well, that's a defense 50 cal, and that's certainly not a combat vehicle or a quote unquote combat vehicle. That's a support vehicle, right? So if it's there to support the troops. So,
Gotcha.
where that cuts, think ambulances, think deuce and a halves, think scuba wagons, Jeeps, motorcycles.
Like recovery vehicles and...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or a tractor or a bulldozer.
Bridging vehicles.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, that should be an interesting one.
It will be because you don't see that often, right?
No, you don't. You see them built, but not for a theme.
Now, how many models do you all typically have on the table at past shows?
Dave, I think it would average about 350. Last year, here's a crazy stat, is we were actually up in number of people entering.
Mm-hmm.
We had 70. Now, granted, there's a lot more people at the museum.
Right.
But we had 70 contestants, which was up 10% from the prior year. But oddly enough, our model count last year was down. 320. We were at 320 last year, and we can't, is it the end of COVID? Is it now we're not
I think that's a big part of it is people didn't have the backlog of completed models that they have in years past.
I think so, but we're actually anticipating that to swing the other way because of the new categories that we added, plus attending Eric Choi's AMP show in Austin in October. He was way up. I mean, he had the biggest year he's ever had, and it was like 80 more models than, I can't remember the exact numbers, but so there's a lot of completed models floating around Texas right now, armor models.
That's good news.
It is. So we're really enthusiastic. And it was okay being slightly, I'd rather see more contestants than,
Sure.
having fewer contestants, but, we absolutely would like to see that number bounce back to the 350 to even a 400s that we have had in the past. We've never had 400, but we've had come close to it.
Well, I know you also have a tank of the year thing you do. Tell us about that, and what is it going to be this year if you still got it?
Oh yeah, the tank of the year is a brainchild of Rick Cotton and I, and we just thought, what can we do to every year? Like, there's a theme, right? And the theme is again support vehicles, but what about something else special? Well, it's an armor show. Why don't we acknowledge and, for lack of a better term, celebrate a vehicle? And what we do is we go down to the Houston Armor Club in Houston, and we have the guys vote. And this year we came up with a pretty exciting one, the 38T.
Now,
And
is it just the tank or any derivative of it?
any variant.
Okay.
And that's exactly why we picked
cool.
it. Because that one's that could Hetzers, Martyrs, just your normal 38T. And, if anybody's listening, how it works is it doesn't matter where your 38T or your 38T variant is entered. Could be a 1/72nd scale Hetzer or a 1/16 scale 38T. We pick the very best 38T in the room for the day.
Well, you alluded to the soft opening earlier, but there's a little more to that. So it's a little bit more than just a one-day show for if people do want to arrive early this time. Why don't you tell us what's going on other than just getting your models put on the table on Friday?
Absolutely. And it's important everybody hears this, is in the past we've kind of, hey, we're going to dinner over here, and some people heard and some people didn't. One of the goals for this year is I wanted to have a designated, we're all going after the museum boots us out on Friday night, we're all going to dinner here. And this year it's going to be Tad's Louisiana Cooking, which is just right up the street from the museum. I could give you the address. I put in the show notes. 1161 William Fitch Parkway. It's going to be on the website as well. But everybody's welcome to come. We actually went up there and established a private room. So we're going to have a little bit of privacy. The Winter Blitz group will have a nice little room, and I think we might even throw in a few door prizes on Friday night as well.
Well, that sounds good.
I'm guessing that's Cajun cooking.
Absolutely, and it's good. Everybody's it's Texas and it's Cajun, but we enjoy Cajun. We enjoy Cajun.
I've never had a bad Cajun meal, man.
I would agree with you on that. In this case, it was the private room that won the day for Tad's Louisiana Cooking, but we should have fun there.
What's going to be new for Winter Blitz in 2026? You're always expanding. This thing's really getting some traction now, and I know you've done something new.
Oh, absolutely. We stepped back last year and we said, what we want to do is continue to support and encourage participation in the hobby. And at the same token, we want to recognize, guys, we have some damn good modelers, right? I mean, we've had some of the best in Texas and the country come through Winter Blitz, but what we decided to do was establish the Winter Blitz Hall of Fame. And the Winter Blitz Hall of Fame essentially is a club, if you will, that if you have previously won Best of Show at Winter Blitz, if you come to this year's Winter Blitz, we will induct you into the Hall of Fame. And we wanted to do that to put recognition out to these handful of people who have won the Best of, and also put them in a category that eventually they could compete in and kind of clear the deck for up-and-comers.
Kind of like AMPS does.
It's basically an AMPS master class, but we want to be different, and we called it the Hall of Fame. But these guys are competitive, so we couldn't just simply say, hey, congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame, and now you can't compete. So what we've offered is you could compete with everybody else for the theme, the support vehicles. And we encourage, and we will have the inductees bring their builds that won Best of and put those on display.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hopefully can all make it and can bring those entries with them.
Yeah, and because these entries deserve to be seen again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely deserve to be seen again. And we built, or had made, I should say, plaques that are pretty amazing. It actually shows the build and the inductee's name, and the year that they won Best of Show, and we're going to call them up in the award ceremony and make a big deal about that.
I'm sure they'll be well received.
Yep.
Yep. We kind of go back and forth. It's an armor show. But man, we want more people, right? And, and we go back and forth. I mean, and I said it with a smile on my face, but hey, we would love to open more categories, but pendulum kind of, one year we were almost out of room. Last year we had a little excess room because the museum's Ontos was being repaired. So the museum had a little more space for us, but we never know if the place is going to be full of tanks or not, right? So we have to be careful with categories, but we expanded into some unique categories this year that's going to let some people bring a model that may not have been eligible. And if you don't mind, I'll list those off real quick.
Sure.
Of the new categories. Okay. We decided there's a PBR boat in the museum. Why not have brown water Navy?
Makes sense.
Yep. And so now somebody who's built a boat could bring something from the brown water Navy, Vietnam brown water Navy. Landing craft, which is a bizarre, unique category, but fun if you think about it. And that's going to be broad, right? If it brings men or equipment onto a beach, that's landing craft. And it'll be exciting to see if we get one or if we get 20 entries. We don't know. It's a little bit of a guess. Helicopters, tank busters. That's an AMPS thing, but I candidly was tired of people saying, why don't you do tank busters, helicopters? So we're doing it.
I'd make the argument helicopters are flying armor.
Well, I mean, and that's how AMPS looks at it, right?
Yeah.
And they do the tank busters, but so last year we did Vietnam helicopters because our theme was Vietnam. This year it's moving to just straight up helicopters. It could be a modern. I mean, I'm not a helicopter guy, but help me out. It could be any real modern tank buster helicopter.
Right. Anything from an Apache back to a Huey or a H-13 from Korea.
Yep. Then the next one is really exciting is the P-47 Challenge. And what this does is give our airplane builder friends a category. And that one's wide open. P-47. It's a P-47. I don't care if it's 172nd, 132nd, or 132nd. It doesn't matter what scale. A P-47. It's a cool airplane. Let's face it. It's a flying tank too. Why not have that? So that's exciting. And then finally, the Machine and Kruger. We're going to open up a category and let the folks who are enjoying that line of modeling participate in Winter Blitz.
That's a good way to get more people with those extra categories. I think I'm looking forward to seeing what you get in them.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be interesting to see how many models wind up in these new categories. It's going to be very exciting.
And I guess with your space uncertainties there, you got to be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I will say this: it's a successful show when Rick Cotton and I are running around trying to figure out how to find another table to put more models.
Been there, done that, man.
Yeah. We also expanded when I refer to it as the best of categories, the categories that we call people up at the award ceremony. We realized we weren't giving enough credit, if you will, to dioramas and vignettes. So we started a best diorama or vignette or scenery, if you will, category. So we're going to recognize someone there. And then figures. We've had such good figures. And in the past, it's just one of those, it's an armor show, but we also have figures. Well, by God, we're going to recognize the painter, the builder who brings the best figure as well.
You're going to have your hands full, man.
Yep.
We trained for this.
That's good. That's good. Well, I expect that you were going to take a lot of pictures and post them on the dojo when the show happens, and we look forward to seeing your success, because I have no doubt it's going to be a successful show.
Absolutely. We'll be taking a bunch of pictures, and hopefully it's going to be as successful as it's been in the past.
Well, we talked a little bit about it briefly before we started recording, but you wanted to expand on any weather concerns?
Yeah, and I say this with a smile on my face, but I want to say this to all my friends in Louisiana and Texas and wherever else you're coming from. Winter Blitz will happen. Cold rain or snow, it doesn't matter. It's gonna happen. As I speak, I was in my garage today in shorts and a t-shirt. I mean, it's so unseasonably warm here this year. But we know January can get ugly in Texas. And what happens is Texans become, oh shit, it's cold. And will the show go on? Yes, it will go on. You might have to find your jacket. You might have to find your hat. And it might be wet, and it might be cloudy, and it might not be sunny. I guess my point is we don't want people second guessing. Listen, if something horrific happened like an ice storm, we'd post on the website, but we're just not rescheduling this thing. If I'm not slipping off the road heading to College Station, then by God, Winter Blitz is happening.
Sounds good.
Well, given your space constraints, what's the vendor situation at Winter Blitz?
We have we have a smaller but a powerful vendor room. Kind of shout out. We're lucky enough to have, through conjunction with King's Hobby in Austin, they're sponsoring, if you will. Rick Lawler from AK is coming down, and he's going to do what he was doing at Nationals in Virginia, where he's going to be at a table and not a timed presentation or a private class, but demonstrations all day long. So, hey, I bought AK products. Rick, could you show me how to use those? Yes, I can. We've got Mac McDougall of Doug Studio and Adam Coleman of Liang Products. They're both going to be in the vendor room with their products, and they both threatened to do demonstrations as well. We've got Mr. Jim Root of Black Widow Model Disposal. My good friend Jim, he's threatened to come down and sell some of his stuff again. And then finally, the friendliest man in scale modeling, Mr. Steve Monsell of Value Gear, is dying to come back to Texas, and he's going to be in the vendor room. So, it's just a good mix of products and people showing how to use products and hard to find products. And of course, your handful of a collection people as well. So we're really excited about the vendor room this year.
Well, man, it all sounds great. And come into January, Dave and I both may wish we were in Texas instead of Kentucky.
That's right.
Southwest Airlines.
Well, that's not. You're right about that. It could. If you decide to go on a Thursday, you could probably get a cheap flight down there if there's a seat open.
Well, I don't need a cheap flight.
No, you don't, but I would.
We would love to see you guys down here at some point in time. We would absolutely love it.
It sounds awesome, man. As long as a museum, I'd like to see whether the show was there or not, but that'd just be the icing on the cake. So,
yeah.
Hey, Brandon, I'm playing that lottery hard. If I hit the big one, you can count on me showing up.
No, I think you could maybe pass on the next 1/72 scale Tamiya Zero and buy a ticket down here.
I hear you.
Well, Brandon, before we go, give us one more time the date and time and place and your website information again, so folks can plan on coming.
Absolutely. Winter Blitz, 5th annual, January 24th, 2026, held at the Museum of the American GI in College Station, Texas. Instructions to the museum are on the website. The website is winter-blitz.com. It's important to remember the hyphen, right? winter-blitz.com. Feel free to ask questions off the website. I love knowing people are fired up for the show. If you have questions, if you want to pre-register, just go to the website, drop me an email, and we'll get you taken care of. And again, soft opener. We're going to open the doors 4:00 on Friday, but again, there's just not going to be much other than just registering your models, and then we're all going to go down to Tad's, Louisiana, cooking, and have a big dinner, and then kick it off at 9:00 in the morning that following day.
All right. Well, Brandon,
sounds awesome.
We're glad to support you one more time, and wish you all the success, man.
All right. Thank you so much for letting me come on here and yammer on.
Not a problem.
They're doing it Texas style. Everything's bigger in Texas, even model show January.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Well, and Winter Blitz just seems to continue to grow and evolve, and it's really kind of cool to see that from being there when they were promoting their first show to now seeing what it's grown to is really kind of awesome.
It is. So, folks, if you got time to get out and you're ready to get out by the 3rd of January and you're in the New Braunfels, what's that, San Antonio?
Yeah, San Antonio.
Area down there in Texas, check out Model Fiesta. And then cruise over to College Station at the end of the month and pick up another great model show that continues to get better. So that's January, Dave, in Texas.
Yep.
Well, Dave, I hope we survive the holidays.
I hope so, too.
I'll see you soon, man.
Merry Christmas.